Hello everyone, this is Ethan from EA Arts. Today I'll be talking about my Gravity Falls Journal 1. I got the journal itself for Christmas and I've been tweaking it to look more like the show. I've been cutting off pieces to show the cardboard. I cut off this piece because that's how it was in the show. The binding and everything, it was like 2D, and so it had like an outline on it. So I went over it with a gold marker to make it look like it was from the show. It didn't turn out too well. I tried my best on it and it didn't look so great, so I eventually went to Michael's. I got gold foil and I used the gold I had on it. I used wax paper and I placed it against it. I traced it and then I cut it out with an X-Acto knife to make it have the same imprint or design on the journal. And I glued it on using E6000 glue, I think. I did the same thing for the corner protectors and the binding. I actually cut this off and I tried to paint it so it matched the skin, like the color of the journal. I think it turned out pretty well. The pages are some of my best parts. I printed out the property sticker and I wrote this. I wrote June 18th, I have decided to keep a journal to catalog the abnormalities and anomalies of Gravity Falls, Oregon. Sorry if my handwriting is a bit weird. I'm not really that great at writing cursive, but yeah. It truly is a wondrous place full of mysteries. I've used my grant money from college to build a lab in the woods. I messed up there, but Ford made mistakes in the journal, so I thought he would have crossed it out too. So yeah, I put an update. I think I found my first mystery, and I drew the beaver fly. This isn't my best one, but I think these are used to communicate with the antenna. These wings are unusually small compared to their body. How can wings carry body? This creature can be found either in trees or by lakes. I found this specimen by a lake chewing on a log. The Enchanted Forest, this one is one of my favorite ones because it turned out really good. I used a pencil to sketch it out first, and then I used a ballpoint pen. I'm pretty sure in person it's kind of, you can tell the difference, but I think it turned out really good. I wrote, I believe the tree is the source of magic theory. As I crossed by the fairy nail salon, I heard about unicorns. My iBats page, very interesting creatures. I found multiple in a cave, may travel in packs. I caught them with a butterfly net, so they're pretty easy to catch. I wrote multiple symbols here, stuff like that. I wrote about elves, which I found in the Book of Bill in one of the pages. Scrimbly, I think his name was. So I just kind of sketched him out how I thought Stanford would write in it. This discovery was found in the woods and goes by the name Scrimbly. He speaks in an English language and accent. Purple skin, can be in different colors. He had also warned me of the manitars and the unicorns. Can he be trusted? Probably. Update, I think I might have found a clue to find a unicorn. This one is my first, one of my first non-canon pages, because I thought, in the show, fairies are brought up a lot, and you can see them a lot through the show, so I just took one and kind of sketched it out. Very helpful and kind, but beware, they have a tendency to bite. Also 5 to 8 inches tall. Known to be mostly female, wings, some type of wand. Very obsessive over their wand. Led me to the doors to find the unicorns. She had also warned me about ogres. have a strange glittery glow to them. Fairy dust is also used to knock out multiple creatures, especially dangerous ones. I wrote the Summoning the Unicorn page. I really like this one. I used a red paint marker for this, and yeah. I also use like cheap artist pens. You can find them at like Michael's. I use 0.6 and 0.8, and for like the titles I use the brush one. To summon the unicorn, one must bellow an ancient chant drowned only by the deepest voiced druids of old. I got that from the Mabelcorn episode from Gravity Falls. When seeing this, you are in the right place. I did like a kind of Stonehenge kind of thing. This one is one of my favorite ones, the unicorns. Hair seems to be treasured, magical horn said to be used to communicate with one another. The unicorn had said she could look into my heart to see if I was worthy to acquire a sample of her hair. I am not. I wrote very stubborn and then crossed it out. Said to be very kind and loving creatures. Their hair helps ward off evil creatures and spirits. Must be pure of heart to gain anything from them. This one is actually one of my best pages, and I really like how the sketch of the princess or like the lady turned out. This one, not so much, because it's kind of like short and like stubby, but I really like this page. Ogres. I found this one in the Dungeons and More Dungeons episode and on the wiki, so I thought it might have been like cataloged in one of the journals, so I wrote it here. Very irritable. I had caught two of the ogres fighting one another. One had been knocked out, the other still standing. Had told me an ogre's ears are the weakest spot, and if needed, pull on an ogre's ears. They're also naturally aggressive, which is why most males are aggressive and fight one another to release rage. They also fight for females. Sometimes they don't fight but compare fists, and whoever has the biggest fist marries the girl. I did kind of like the symbols that are on the other pages over here. Fountain of Youth. I got like the design from DuckTales. It was like on one of Scrooge's sketchbooks or something. This wondrous fountain reverses age. With even the smallest drop, you can become a month younger. Although, what would happen if you drank too much? Either way, I collected a small sample to run tests on. It appeared to me in the woods around where the old rocks were. I wrote like about the old rocks and the vial of water. Wendigos. I got this from Coral GT. I really liked just how Wendigos sounded and like kind of like the stories around them. So I got this. Like I sketched this based off of DuckTales again, because they have like an episode based off Wendigos. I think it was like the Christmas episode, season 2, I think. Wendigos are goat-like monsters who lack intelligence and empathy. Their horns are very sharp and long. They have glowing green eyes and gray fur. Beware of their tail. It is used to trip their prey. The Wendigo is very fast as well. On their feet, they have the ability to grip things. This also gives them an advantage in climbing on high surfaces. My Floating Cliffs page, I really like this one. It turned out really good. Floating Cliffs of Gravity Falls is a geographical anomaly that can make anything in between float. Aliens or UFO. I really like the floating rock detail and the not naturally occurring. My compass went haywire when I was in the space in between. The runes, this took me like a really long time, and just like the sketching in general, like the cross hatching. And yeah, that's it so far. That's my journal 1. And what's this? Journal 2. After I finish making journal 1, I will start on journal 2, and eventually after that, I'll make my own journal 3. And then I'll have all the journals. Please like and subscribe. I just started this YouTube channel not too long ago, and it would really help out. Thank you. And Ethan from EA Arts, signing out.